The problem with this reading right here, that it's kind of mind-boggling, is that they know that you can offer them everything they want, right? Specifically like that. I want you to acknowledge that in this spread, you are the queen, you are the king, and they are the pages, meaning that you are more emotionally advanced, more emotionally mature, and more financially stable than they would ever be. The thing about it is that I want to say they still have feelings and they miss the fact that you were able to nurture them so good. But it's always going to be a cycle with them of building structure, letting go, building structure, letting go, building structure, letting go, building structure, letting go. Right? So basically, you're always going to get the short end of the stick with them. So my best advice, go look for somebody that knows how to overall just value you. Let's dive into this reading. Before I dive in today's reading, I know for a fact right now you are not feeling well with yourself and you are not feeling well with the way that you feel and the way that you are. And yes, I must say like it is, I personally feel that it could come from the fact that your past person didn't treat you as well. Okay, I don't know, I'm specifically feeling that. I want you to acknowledge that no one should ever put you in a spot where you don't know who you are. You don't know how you feel about yourself. Y honestamente estoy pensando que eso pasó. Or I'm specifically feeling that ended up happening. Right? I don't know, I'm specifically feeling in an energy of you are just too much for me. Right? And I specifically feel like you were very much so more independent than them. That's what I've been feeling the past few days, the past few weeks. But what matters is how you're feeling about your specific person. Okay. First of all, I'm going to say it like it is. With the Ten of Pentacles, the energy that has always been here is energy of you having more structure than they ever will. Okay, and I feel like you know that by now. Then not only do you have more structure than them, with the King of Cups being right here, you are more emotionally mature than they ever will be. Right? And I specifically feel that. I specifically also sense that specifically from you. I want you to acknowledge that with the Queen of Wands, once you guys broke up, once you guys ended things, you started to hold this resentment for them and you started to neglect yourself like crazy, right? With the King of Cups, with the Queen of Wands, and with the King of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles reverse, these 4 cards right here are suggesting to me that once you and that person ended things or you guys broke up, you were specifically feeling bad about yourself. Like, what is wrong with me? What did I do to deserve this? You didn't do anything to deserve that. You did not do any single thing to deserve that. But I'm specifically sensing that it all came down to the fact that you hold more structure than them and they felt insecure about that. As simple as that. And that is being shown right here with the 2 kings that we have. Right? Doesn't matter if you're a guy, doesn't matter if you're a woman, but that energy is right there. The energy of you holding more structure, you basically being better off than them. And I feel like you have always specifically known that in the back of your mind, right? The thing about it is that not only are you more emotionally mature than them, I feel like where you are headed in life is going to be a place that you can't even imagine that you're going to end up right there. Okay? Look, I'm specific. Let's see what's your energy from them towards you. The fact that we constantly keep getting the Page of Cups is crazy to me, right? Because usually when we get a page in tarot, it signifies people that are childish energy, right? So they could have always been so emotionally immature, and they're the type of person that doesn't like to acknowledge their feelings, right? I'm gonna say it like it is. With the Queen of Cups, with the Page of Cups reversed, and with the Hermit, they're missing your nurturing. They're missing specifically what you could offer them when they were feeling bad. They're specifically missing how good you made them feel while you were in this relationship. But one thing that I want you to acknowledge is that did they make you feel good? That's the actual question with the King of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, with those specific cards being shown right there. Right, I want you to acknowledge that with the Hermit being right here in reverse, you have to realize that this person doesn't really take an accountability for anything that they do because they don't go within themselves and they ask themselves, what exactly is it that I have to fix? Right? With the Queen of Cups being right here, the energy that's being shown is the fact that you were nurturing to them, they cared for you, and now they miss those areas of you, and they miss those specific parts of you. Okay, with the Page of Cups being right here in reverse, not only does it signify that they have not growth, they have not grown, they have not changed, their behavior is going to be the same. Yes, they're going to miss you. Yes, they're going to want something with you. But a few months after those things are done, or those feelings are basically gone, they're gonna treat you the same way, and you're gonna be put through the same cycles of wondering if you did something wrong, if there was something wrong with you, right? That's specifically the energy that's being pushed out right here. I want you to acknowledge the fact that we only have kings and queens in this spread is the fact that you're always going to be better off without them, or maybe you specifically also know that in the back of your mind, okay, or you are better off than they would ever be. The Hermit not only tells us that this person doesn't even acknowledge the fact that they did you wrong, they probably know, but they don't want to acknowledge it, but they know that you're better than them, and they know that you're basically in this energy of having more than they will ever will, right? The Queen of Cups, the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups not only signifies that you have a level of maturity that they're never going to be able to reach. With the King of Pentacles, with the Knight of Pentacles, there's Knight of Pentacles reverse, King of Pentacles reverse. They have this sort of energy towards you of, crap, they hold more structure than me. Crap, they're probably even better looking than me because I feel like you lowered your standards when it came down to them, right? The fact, look, we have this underlying energy of the Three of Pentacles, of sometimes them being in their thoughts of maybe we could reconnect, maybe we could definitely have something again. But the problem is you don't want something with them anymore, right? You don't want to specifically put yourself in that energy anymore, right? We have the Page of Wands reverse, another page. The fact that you are the kings and queens in tarot, and the fact that they're the pages, should give you more of an eye-opener of who they specifically are. And who are they? They are pretty much childish people that are really not worth it to spend your time over, because you did sacrifice yourself for them, and I want you to acknowledge that 100% clearly, right? I also want you to know that with the High Priestess, not only are they going through confusion because they don't know what they want with you, but they know that you have the ability to offer them everything they want. But at the same time, they're not willing to sacrifice their own biases, basically, to be in a relationship with you. Meaning that you're going to be 75% into the relationship when they're only going to be like, what, 30, 25? So you specifically see them, they're expecting everything from you, but they're not expecting from you to add anything to them. If I'm specifically sensing zodiac signs, I specifically want to say Taurus, Aries, Leo, and Gemini. Taurus, Aries, Leo, and Gemini, which is your typical zodiac signs that would pull that stuff, right? Let's take care of yourself. Cuídate mucho.